President Tinubu expects accelerated progress as Presidential Power Initiative prepare next implementation phase. Ministers of Defense and Steel Development sign agreement on local arms production, sustain efforts to revive Ajaokuta Steel Complex. And factional PDP petitions National Judicial Council over alleged judicial misconduct. Hello and welcome to the news at 11 on NTA News24, live from Abuja. I am Frama Panyi. President Bola Tinubu is expecting an accelerated progress as Presidential Power Initiative, otherwise known as the Cement Project, prepare for next phase of implementation. President Tinubu, who met with a delegation of the Cement Energy at the State House, promises additional funding to fast-track the project actualization. State House correspondent Musbawat and Wahab reports.
The Presidential Power Initiative was born out of a strategic partnership between Nigeria and Germany in 2018. It is aimed at sustainability and stability in the Nigerian power sector. Since President Tinubu injected more energy into the initiative with the signing of accelerated agreements in December 2023, the minister in charge is here reporting progress.
Under the pilot phase, which is the phase 0, we have achieved significant infrastructure upgrades and capacity enhancements that are already impacting grid stability and reliability across the country. Siemens Energy has successfully delivered and commissioned 10 units of 132/33 kV mobile substations, 3 units of 75 by 100 MVA transformers, and 7 units of 60 by 66 MVA transformers across key load centers nationwide. And this has added an unprecedented 984 megawatts of transmission capacity to the grid.
The project is now set for the execution of a second batch of phase 1.
Our key request for today is to get support on the commencement of the phase 1 batch 2. We have submitted proposals and we look for a budget of 970 million that should be included in the borrowing of the country to build additional substations and to upgrade the systems as we have proposed to the minister and to FGN Power.
The progress to date is notable and we can feel it, but not yet where we want it to be.
And now, President Tinubu expresses his administration's readiness to speed up implementation. He says, with the centrality of sustainable power to development of other sectors, no industrial or economic development could be recorded without constant power.
We are going to resource and, find a way to fund the additional 10 mobile substations as long as we follow this up. It's a thing that we must, all achieve for this continent to see the glory of economic recovery and banish poverty.
The Presidential Power Initiative was conceived as part of a strategic partnership between Nigeria and Germany in 2018 under the immediate past President, late Muhammadu Buhari. From the State House, Musbal and Wahab, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government is to strengthen regional development efforts in the country. President Bola Tinubu made the commitment at a meeting with ministers of regional development and the leadership of all regional development commissions. State House correspondent Musbabu once again reports that the president also met with his aides on community engagement.
Minister of Regional Development Abubakar Momo leads chairmen and managing directors of the Regional Development Commissions to brief President Bola Tinubu on their progress and challenges. This is the first interface between the President and the heads of the commissions since their inauguration. The meeting was behind closed doors. Briefing State House correspondent afterwards, the Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, believes the meeting will pave the way forward for development across the country.
We get a better result because we want to start running. The Regional Development Commissions are very, very crucial to the development and progress of this very country.
These 7 development commissions Mr. President has put in place, as far as we are concerned on this side, represent the surest bullets we intend to use by this administration to shoot down all development challenges facing us as a nation.
Similarly, the President also met with his senior special assistant on community engagement, where he reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening social cohesion, promotion of peace, and addressing developmental challenges across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones.
Mr. President has promised to also strengthen the peace structures and make our community as safe. So for the North Central region, we've launched what we call the Presidential Community Engagement Peace Structures across the 121 local governments. We've done 43 out of 121 local governments. We've set up community peace structures to strengthen peace and also social cohesion across the North Central region. We
have highlighted to Mr. President the level of out-of-school children, which through my office we've been able to enroll these young, vulnerable children into primary schools. We give them education materials, we give them exercise books, uniforms, and all that they require so that they go back to school.
One of the biggest delegations Mr. President has just bestowed on the Presidential Community Engagement Team is the approach of peacemaking and appeal. So we were coming down to your regions to appeal to the major stakeholders of the community and let them know that we will do everything to safeguard our country. We all have nowhere to go.
The Southeast was tired of the sit at home every Monday. We can't, as a region, be sitting at home every Monday and allowing others to decide our fate.
The Presidential Community Engagement Team, representing the 6 geopolitical zones, was established to bring the government closer to the people and ensure that citizens are informed of federal government policies and programs under the Renewed Hope agenda. From the State House, Muspal and Wahab, NTA News.
The federal government has urged Nigerians to remain calm in the face of diplomatic spat between the United States and the country. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, expressed this in Dutse, Jigawa State, while on a courtesy visit to the Governor of Jigawa, Umar Namadi. The minister is in Jigawa State to attend the Northwest 2025 Youth Parley and the presentation of the achievements of President Tinubu after 2 years in office. The Minister of State for Defense and the Minister of Steel Development have signed an agreement that will enable the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, to establish a military-industrial complex at the Ajakuta Steel Complex. Ekene Ndulwe reports on the agreement signed at the National Defense College in Abuja.
The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, was established in 1964 to produce ordnance and other military equipment for the Nigerian Armed Forces and security agencies. However, limited access to steel raw materials has posed a major challenge to DICON's mandate. The signing of the DICON Act in 2023 by President Bola Tinubu ushered in key reforms designed to expand the corporation's production capacity. Now, a new memorandum of understanding between the Ministries of Defense and Steel Development is taking that vision a step further. Under the agreement, the Ajokuta Steel Company will supply critical raw materials needed for the production of weapons, military vehicles, spare parts, and other defense infrastructure.
Why we are having this signing today is to show the commitment of Mr. President and the Renew Hope agenda of this government to ensure local productivity so as to have our own military capacity.
A portion of land would be allocated to the Ministry of Defense for the construction of a military-industrial complex.
The ministers say the synergy between Daikon and the Ajokuta Steel Company will not only boost local arms production, but also ignite wider economic growth and technological innovation. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, declares wanted a former Minister of Petroleum Resources and former Governor of Bayelsa State, Timipre Silva. Silva is wanted in connection with an alleged case of conspiracy and dishonest conversion of more than $14 million being part of funds injected by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board into Atlantic International Refinery and Petrochemical Limited for the construction of a refinery. The Commission secured a warrant for the arrest of the former minister at a federal high court sitting in Abuja, in Lagos. The Commission urges anyone with useful information on his whereabouts to contact any of its zonal directorates across the country or the nearest police station and other security agencies. This is the news at 11 on NTA News24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections. Classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News24.
Thanks for staying tuned. And Kogi State has recorded a remarkable leap in its healthcare readiness, climbing from the 18th position in 2023 and 2024 to the 10th in the 2025 SBM Health Preparedness Index, that is HPI. The SBM Health Preparedness Index assesses the capacity of Nigeria's 36 states to effectively respond to health emergencies and deliver quality healthcare services. The annual report draws data from credible national and international institutions, including the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, World Health Organization, WHO, the Lancet, Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey, Global Data Lab. Although no state in the country met the 30% national target for health preparedness, Kogi's advancement presents a significant step forward in its healthcare reform journey. The improvement reflects the Ododo administration's sustained investment in healthcare infrastructure, personnel development, and community-based health delivery. Kogi State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Abdulaziz Adeza Adams, described the improvement as a testament of the strategic leadership of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo and dedication of the health workforce in Kogi State. Commenting on the report, Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, said, Kogi State continues to shine in healthcare delivery under the leadership of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, noting that the development reflects the tangible outcomes of the administration's people-centered policy. And critical stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party loyal to the Wiki Anyanwu bloc have petitioned the National Judicial Council over alleged judicial misconduct by Honorable Justice A.L. Akintola of the Oyo State High Court. Timothy Yusuf reports that this development is another twist to the lingering leadership crisis within the party.
Three party stakeholders aligned with the Wiki Anyanwu bloc, Austin Wachukwu, who is chairman of the Chairman Forum of the People's Democratic Party and Imo State Chapter Chairman, Ama Abraham Nana, the Abia State Chapter Chairman of the PDP, and Tona Alab George, who is the fractional South-South National Vice Chairman of the PDP, petitioned the National Judicial Council on November 5, 2025. And acknowledged by the Office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria on November 6, 2025. The accused Justice Akintola of judicial recklessness, impunity, and flagrant violation of established legal processes for issuing an ex parte order on November 4, 2025, authorizing the conduct of the PDP National Convention in Ibadan on November 15 and 16, 2025.
This order, according to us, directly contradicts a valid and subsisting judgment of the Federal High Court by Justice Omotosho, which had expressly restrained the party from holding its convention on the same dates.
The petitioners contended that Justice Akintola's action amounts to sitting on appeal over a judgment of a court of coordinate jurisdiction, an act that belief undermines the judicial hierarchy and the sanctity of the rule of law. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Pairing Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, PACA, is calling for fair and inclusive business policies that ensure a level playing field and healthy competition among operators. At a press briefing in Abuja, civil society groups raised concerns over the proposed 15% tariff increase on fuel importation.
Must promote transparency, fair competition to protect consumers, workers, and small businesses across our country.
Executive Director of PACA, Eze Wanwago, appealed for the suspension of the new tariff until domestic refining capacity can meet at least 80% of national demand to prevent artificial scarcity and business disruptions.
A downstream competition framework should be established within the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) to prevent monopolistic pricing, alongside an energy market monitoring unit under the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) to track market concentration and anti-competitive behavior.
The groups also urged relevant authorities to prioritize fuel price stability, curb monopolistic practices, and create a regulatory environment that encourages equal opportunity for all players in the oil and gas sector. Now, the coalition of the northern groups has faulted the recent statement by United States President Donald Trump threatening military action against Nigeria under the pretext of alleged persecution of Christians, describing it as striking at the very core of Nigeria's sovereignty and dignity. At a media briefing in Abuja, the group led by its national coordinator Jamilu Aliyu Charanchi emphasized that security challenges in Nigeria affect all Nigerians, including Muslims as well as Christians. It calls on the international community to respect Nigeria's sovereignty and welcomes dialogue based on the fact and mutual respect rather than false narrative of religious conflicts.
The CNG rejects the false and divisive narrative that violence in Nigeria is religiously one-sided. The data tells a very different story. Trump's sudden concern for persecuted Christians is a smokescreen. His record shows indifference to African lives. What truly offends him is Nigeria's growing diplomatic independence, our increasing ties with China, Russia, and the global south, and our resistance to neo-colonial pressure.
When participating in the Harvest Thanksgiving in the Celestial Church of Christ, CCC holds deep significance, serving as a time for expressing gratitude to God for the congregants at the 4th edition of the Adult Harvest Thanksgiving of the Celestial Church of Christ, God's Love Parish District Headquarters, Dutse Makaranta. It is a reminder of the final judgment, fostering community and charity, and providing opportunities for spiritual growth and blessings. Clerics say participating in the Harvest Thanksgiving is a holistic spiritual exercise that combines worship, appreciation, self-reflection, and social responsibility, reinforcing the core tenets of faith within the Celestial Church community. And with a grateful and pure heart, doors are believed to open to immense spiritual blessings and divine favor for the year coming.
For everything you do, always remember that as today we are celebrating harvest, but a time will come that you yourself as human being will be harvested. So everything that you are doing, always remember a day like this.
That whatever issue we have in this life, we still have believe that yes, God is existing, because the theme of the harvest is titled A Conqueror.
Let's pray well. In all things we should move back to God, believe in God, and pray always that make us a conqueror.
There's a lot of benefits surrounding giving unto God, because first of all, God multiplies His reward and is giving back to you in 100 folds.
I'm here, I've taken all the blessings that I came in expectant of. So I've come here to take all the blessings. So in this harvest and after the harvest, it is expedient of us to know that if we have one before, we'll be having two. If we're having two before, you'll be having four.
Everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, everybody's together. There is no discrimination. There is oneness, just like in the Bible, oneness in Christ.
I'm a KNS, but they carry me like we are together, we are one. I really love the way they all love everybody here.
So this is the only way Celestia can appreciate it and give thanks to God, by doing this as an harvest. When you partake in this kind of harvest, there is a great blessing coming for you.
This harvest that we are doing, if you do it with a good heart, from your whole heart, you will definitely benefit from it. What you have sown from January to this November, this is the harvest of harvest. So when you sow bountifully, you reap bountifully. With mercy of God.
All right, now there is the growing need for stronger actions in promoting the right, dignity and inclusion of Nigerian youth with disabilities, and urgent advocacy for the implementation of the just concluded 2025 Global Disability Summit that held in Abuja. Ungufang Shajokwayi reports that to further drive home the outcome of the summit, disability youth leaders gathered with a commitment to achieving a more inclusive world.
In a bid to achieve the commitments made at the 2025 Global Disability Summit, the Hope Alive for Possibilities Initiative and Disability Rights Fund advocate for the effective implementation of these commitments, noting that it will help in addressing the plight of youth with disabilities in Nigeria.
there were a lot of beautiful commitments that were made, and this commitment about persons with disability. So we saw a need to have a youth engagement to educate the youth on how to strategically engage the government about the commitment they have made for making for disability inclusion.
Some of the participants canvassed for increased investment in inclusive education, economic empowerment, and implementation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018.
The government will create access, which will have something creative that we can do with our hands and have our own space to avoid discrimination.
Youth with disability rise up in education and demand equal opportunity in the aspect of education in Nigeria. Definitely, the government will be held accountable.
The Post-Global Disability Summit Youth Academy 2025 had the theme Translating Nigeria's GDS Commitments into Action Through Youth Leadership and Advocacy. In Abuja, Gufanshaji Ogwanye, NTA News.
Now, the remains of Hajia Deabatu Lawal Aliyu, mother to the Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, Balarabe Lawal, have been laid to rest in Zaria. Lawal Salah Inuwa reports that the funeral prayer was held at the Zazzau Emir's Palace.
Among personalities paid last respect to the deceased were former governors of Kaduna, Speaker House of Assembly, academicians and business community. Age 93, Hajia Dayabatu Lawal died last Sunday evening after a protracted illness. She survived by 4 children, grandchildren, and many relatives. Among them is the Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, Balarabe Lawal.
So rest in peace, and then may Allah continue to bless us and bless our family.
She's the one who told me that what you give out is yours. What you keep for yourself is not yours. You eat it and pass it out. So she always encourages me to keep out.
Personalities from different walks of life continue trooping to sympathize with the family, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas.
Lived an exemplary life and life worthy of emulation. Her loss is going to be felt.
She has since been buried according to Islamic rites. From Zaria, Lawal Sallo Inua, NTA News.
That concludes the news at 11 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Frama Panyi. Have a good night.